Bulletcast for life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bulletcast, the only sports recreational podcast that is simply just too sweet. I'm your host, the modern-day Mamba Raj, until that boy Jinder Mahal drops that WWE Championship. He got a little racist on SmackDown. We're gonna get into all that, but I have the Canadian Destroyer Brandon in the building. What's going on there, guy?
Hello.
Also have the California Kid Mitchell. But today I think I'm gonna go the Ray Stevens and the Nick Bockwinkel to my Bobby the Brain Heenan. Of course, Bobby the Brain Heenan passed away at 73 due to organ failure. Really, the last 10 years of his life they were really bad. He was recovering from jaw cancer. Jaw cancer. He had to have his jaw removed. 2002, he was diagnosed with throat cancer, so he had to undergo that. But 2004, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. I advise you guys to go back and watch that. I mean, that was fun for him. You know, been in remission for like 2 years, and he was really just going with the flow of all of it. I love the Brain. Let's just really. Do you have anything to say about the Brain? You know.
We're all kind of young, so the Brain was before our time, but I
know.
understand how great he is. He's the greatest manager, might even be the greatest performer of all time.
Yeah, I heard he was a really good wrestler. He just never wanted to wrestle. He wanted to be a manager.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
he apparently would take some crazy bumps.
Oh,
I
yeah.
looked up a couple today just
Like
because
when he was in the Weasel outfit, he was running around and taking that spinning bump. I mean, I had to go back and look at some of his stuff.
The only exposure before him passing away that I'd seen is I'd seen him in the '92 Royal Rumble, which was just spectacular.
Oh,
when
yeah,
he just puts over Ric Flair the entire match.
The entire
That's
time.
probably one of the greatest commentary performances of all time.
That moment when Roddy Piper comes out and grabs the guy that's
Roddy.
beating up Ric Flair and throws him off, and immediately Heenan's like,
Yeah.
I take back everything I said. It's a kilt. It's not a skirt. You're a beautiful man. And then he starts hitting Flair, and
So
immediately he goes,
great.
you dirty
So
animal.
good.
I hate you. I hate everything you stand for. Like, it's great. He was,
I just want to name off some of the people he managed. Like I said, Nick Bockwinkel, Ray Stevens, Angelo Poffo, the father of the late Macho Man Randy Savage, the Big Cat, Ernie Ladd, John Studd, King Kong Bundy, Andre the Giant, Rick Rude, Paul Orndorff, Harley Race, Hercules Hernandez, the Brain Busters, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, the Red Rooster, the Brooklyn Brawler, Flair, Lex Luger, the Missing Link, King Haku. His sons are doing some things in Japan, I believe.
Oh.
All right.
I've heard of them.
Jimmy Jacobs, Nigel McGuinness, Colt Cabana, and of course CM Punk. Punk is the last person to ever be managed by Bobby the Brain
Wow.
Heenan. So
Did not know that.
That puts him in a class all by himself.
Facts.
Also, if we
We got him.
go back to September 7th of 2006, Robert Roode, we know him as Bobby Roode. I guess he's glorious or whatever. That's what I hear. He was looking for a manager, and that was like one of Heenan's like last great televised performances, like making bid like you stick with me, because one of Heenan's famous lines: "You listen to me, go straight to the top. You don't listen to me, you're never heard from again." So I mean, just thank you to the Brain. One of the greatest of all time. And, you know, we always like say Paul Heyman's the greatest manager of all time, even though Heyman says he's an advocate. I saw this video, Heyman's like, they ask him who's the greatest manager of all time. Before you can even get the juror out of manager, he says Bobby the Brain Heenan. There's no other answer.
I kind of feel like even though he's not from our era,
Yeah.
his effects will be felt forever.
If there wasn't Bobby the Brain Heenan, we wouldn't have a Paul Heyman.
I mean, haven't we gone over this discussion before?
We have.
And it was just like, it's Bobby Heenan, and then it's more of a discussion who's number two.
Yeah.
It's
really
one of those. Well, there's lots of. I feel like a lot of topics have that answer where it's like, oh, who's the best? Well, we all know who's the best,
Yeah.
but who's the second best?
Yeah. I mean, I've always said, like, wrestling has one hell of a roster with the amount of people who have passed away. Now they have one hell of a commentary team with Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan. I mean, those guys were magic. They were hilarious together. And one of the last great things I've ever like seen from Bobby the Brain Heenan, Sam Roberts interviewed him about a few years ago, and Bobby Heenan, like, doesn't have a jaw, he can't speak, but Sam had him autograph this chair, the steel chair that he had, and Bobby the Brain Heenan tells him to lean in, and Heenan says, I've been hitting the head so many times with a steel chair that my head still smells like ass. He just like had that last like
Just
zinger.
the fastest wit. The
Yeah,
fastest wit.
quickest wit ever.
It's a shame the greatest talker of all time couldn't talk anymore.
I know,
Yeah.
that's it's really heartbreaking to see like how he was in the last like stage of his life. But thank you to the Brain, you will be extremely missed. All right, so let's Weasel. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into outside of the ring. Caitlyn, you remember her, former Divas champion? She's looking to return to the WWE. She's open to it,
Caitlyn and AJ return.
Yeah. RVD's open to a return also. He had some talks with WWE
Fun.
recently, but it was more about the video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Starcade returns in November.
Hey,
a creation of the late great American Dream.
Do you think it will be televised?
It's supposed to be like a live special.
A live special, cool.
Michael P.S. Hayes put out there, Cody, if you wanna do something.
I saw that, and
maybe-
then like right after that, every other person put out something.
Cody and Dustin versus the Hardys. Maybe we get the Bucks versus, just throwing stuff
Anybody.
out there. But some of the stuff advertised: Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke for the WWE title.
Apparently, someone named Booby Roode is supposed to be there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Booby Rude.
Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler. Charlotte versus Natalya, Steel Cage Women's Championship. Stuff like that's supposed to happen. I'm all for it. I mean, Vince owns these names. Bring them back.
Yeah, there's really no reason not to.
Yeah,
It's a house show, so just trying to get some
Just
house show attendance up. And as we will talk about later,
Yeah.
the attendance for SmackDown was not very good.
Yeah. I mean, November 25th is when this is going to go down. Make it like the Beast in the East in the Madison Square Garden live special. Make it something like that. Global Force Wrestling is no more. They've changed their name back to Impact Wrestling.
What a surprise!
We tried to save it. I don't know what's going on over there.
It's still the same company.
It's still the same
I
company.
read an interview with the one of the people from Anthem, and they've talked about how them doing this has been far more challenging than they ever thought it would be.
Yeah.
But they still have a lot of plans for its future, and they're not giving up on it, which I suppose is a good thing because as far as business people go, I could easily see them kind of cutting ties and being like, well, this was a mistake.
I don't understand that they didn't understand what they're getting themselves into. They
Yeah.
bought a company with a ton of debt, and they're
Yeah.
surprised that they can't pay it off.
I don't know what's
Yeah,
going
when
on
they're-
over there.
Yeah,
It's
they're not
ridiculous.
running any shows except for
Maybe
Like-
we'll take a break from trying to save GFW every week here.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Never again.
it's in a coma right now.
Yeah, it is.
We'll save it later.
It's a vegetable. Paige, she is at the Performance Center training, so the in-ring return is possible.
Hey,
It's
we'll get
coming.
to see her again soon.
Please get away from Alberto.
Asuka's going to Raw. Hopefully Paige will go to SmackDown.
Yeah, makes
Xavier
sense.
Woods and Paige on the same show.
hmm He's a married man now.
He's
past that.
Yeah, get away from Alberto Del Rio. Get away from him. Trust me. Save your career. What culture staff departures?
Big
Both,
deal.
both
Basically,
Adams.
the entire thing.
Both Adams, Jack the Jobber,
Simon's still there.
King Ross. Simon is pretty much the only guy left of the original, and
It's like the NWO, like the originals or stuff like that happening, or like the Horsemen.
it's one of those issues. So there's a lot of issues with the history of
They
what
lost, like,
culture.
Thousands of subscribers immediately.
I watched the
Like,
live
every
thing.
video
And the
they
thing
have,
they
the
were at like
dislikes are
they were at
way
like
down.
100. They were at like 1,500,000, 1,600,000 the day that everyone quit. They're at like 1,100,000 now.
That's crazy. I don't know.
But yeah, this isn't the first time that there's been issues with what culture. There's some shady stuff going on at the company. I mean, Kenny McIntosh from Inside the Ropes left there as well, and he kind of kept his mouth shut because he's got tact sometimes.
Yeah.
And now all these other people that he's friends with have now also left, and people are kind of coming out of the woodworks talking about how they nickel and dime their writers, don't let them work on their own projects. Like there's reasons they're leaving. My main fear is what this means for WCPW. That's my main concern here, because at the end of the day, that company is its wrestlers, and
Yeah.
the personalities may hurt the future for those wrestlers.
Maybe
and
they'll go
that'd be a
low-
crying shame.
Maybe they'll go over to Wrestle Talk.
Maybe. Because like Joe Hendry does stuff for What Culture now too. Like he does a bunch of videos on the video
Yeah.
game channel and stuff like that. So he's up in that company as well. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Those dirty bits.
You just made the list.
1 year anniversary of that actually.
Here we go.
This past
The list
Tuesday.
of Jericho.
1 year anniversary of the list of Jericho. Just goes back
The
to
man that can get anything over.
a light up scarf, a light up jacket, and a piece of paper. Jericho, true goat. That's all I gotta say. Zack Ryder spends $25,000 on a toy.
On a doll.
What kind of toy?
With no arms.
So yeah, it was. I was listening to Talk is Jericho. Cody Rhodes was on. I mean,
Mhm.
Cody. Don't call him Rhodes was on there. Go listen to it. I highly recommend it. It was
Cody
good.
R. Odes. Cody.
Yeah.
Cody Reynolds.
Yeah. Anyway, he was telling the story about how Zack Ryder's like cheap when they go out to like eat or drink or at amusement
Mhm.
parks, but he'll spend thousands of dollars on toys. It was a Greg the Hammer Valentine toy that was on a commercial. It was a limited edition. The toys were never actually released, so this one has no arms. It was like really special or something. So there was a bid. He got the one with no arms, and some random guy somewhere in like
got the arms.
yeah got the one with arms.
Oh.
25,000.
Hey, everyone's the other thing they'll spend
mean-
money on.
Yeah.
Finn Balor
I
and his
mean-
Legos.
I don't know
I
how
know.
much Ryder makes in a year, but this seems like a lot for someone
He's been there for a while.
who's on the lower end of the
He
card.
was involved in the main event at
Do you know
Mania
what?
24.
If that,
it'd be
you know, as
alright.
long as
He won the IC title like a year ago, 2 years, a year and a half ago.
Lost it.
And lost it the next day.
Hopefully there's some resale
Still,
value
he
to
won
that.
the IC title.
Hopefully he can make his money back one day if he
WrestleMania
doesn't want to do
moments.
it.
Yeah. All right. WWE survey. They put out a survey like, do we want edgier content and some stuff we would like to see. The tape library of Ring of Honor and Impact Wrestling was on that survey.
as well as stuff with New Japan and Ring of Honor and stuff. It's just kind of like, oh, are you like, I don't know. I don't know what the point is.
Buyout?
None of this is
Maybe.
gonna happen.
It's not gonna be a. They don't. WWE's wealthy. I don't think they're that wealthy
Why don't you guys just fix your in-ring
To
product before you
to
try
buy
to
out Ring of
put
Honor,
a whole bunch of crap on the
Impact,
network first?
and New Japan.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Hogan won Strowman. Hulk Hogan has said his last match wants to be against the Monster of Montreal.
I mean, I know
Great.
Braun Strowman's a good worker. He's not that good of a worker. He can't. He can't.
He's
make,
not Shawn Michaels in 05 at
Oh my
SummerSlam.
God.
He's not that good, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Hogan's hip would probably disintegrate in the middle of the ring.
Oh God. All right, guys. Best hybrid theme. So a hybrid theme is two theme songs from wrestlers put together, or you can call them mashups. What do you think is the best one?
I'm just gonna keep it current. I really like the bars. It has the best part of Cesaro's and the best part of Sheamus's.
It does.
It's one of those because I mean there's lots of good hybrid themes where it's like this sounds cool on its own, but one of the great things about the bars hybrid theme is that Cesaro's theme starts great but then gets kind of meh, and Sheamus's didn't start great but then was really cool when it start going. So you're able to hide the weaknesses of each other's themes and create one really cool theme.
Brandon.
So I didn't really understand what this meant. So I just went on YouTube, and there's a bunch of different hybrid themes. Which
Oh yeah,
is just, they
people
take
make
two
edits.
different things and they put them together. So my favorite one is my two favorite wrestlers, and that's Finn Balor's theme combined with Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme.
I did hear that. That was very
I
interesting.
saw that. That was
I
cool.
liked it.
It was a fun thing.
I'm just gonna go like with probably like the first hybrid theme, rated RKO.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Orton's
Yeah.
old theme, burn my light. You know that was
Mhm.
it. Was like you think you know me. Then it went into the hey nothing. I thought it was cool. Jerry Show.
Jerry show.
Jerry Show's a good
Jerry
one.
Show. You guys remember that?
Ah, Big Show.
Well,
Jericho.
break the walls down. That
That was in between my hiatus.
I found that interesting. All right, guys. Turn someone face, and turn someone heel. Besides Roman Reigns.
That was too easy. Roman Reigns is too easy of a pick.
It's too easy.
Gotta think
Well,
outside the box.
Well, you take this one out for a spin.
All right, face. Alexa Bliss. I'd like to see what she could do.
I think she could be.
I mean,
think
she has the
could,
facial expressions. I'd like to see what she could do.
Yeah, I think she could be a fun
Facial?
face character. I think it. Oh God. I think it would. I think there'd be a journey involved in getting her to a face, but I think she could do it.
Heel. Bailey. JK. Just kidding. Just
I mean,
kidding.
she acted like a heel on Raw this.
I mean,
this
actually-
week.
There's a story there.
Actually, you know what?
But it would be kind of hard to tell, but it could be told.
Bailey and Sasha kind of mega powers potential. I'm not saying they're Hogan and Savage. I'm saying Bailey like she kind of like has like the Savage gear, you know, she does the elbow drop and everything.
Yeah.
It would be so poetic if she turned on Sasha, kind of like the way Savage turned on Hogan. But of course, what I want to see, I would like to see Sasha Banks turn heel. We're talking like 2014 Sasha Banks. Sasha's Ratchet. No, she's not Chance. I want the boss. I want the real value of the boss to come out. You know, I want that Sasha. What about you, man?
So for turning heel, we will not go with Roman Reigns, but we will go with another person of the Shield, and we'll go with Dean Ambrose. I want to see that
I was
fire.
thinking that was on my
that
list.
fire
I want to see John
come out of-
Moxley.
Turning
See that
Dean.
fire. You know, everyone compares him to Roddy Piper, which it can happen because you've seen it on the indie scene. But I just want to see Dean Ambrose be the Dean Ambrose back in the Shield because that was my favorite Dean Ambrose. And for turning face, I just had one and I just completely lost it. Neville. Neville can be a great babyface. We saw him sort of a double turn on 205 Live with. I mean, I don't know if we want to get into that.
Neville
I think
on
he's
Monday
just
was
such
amazing.
I think he's just
But-
such a good heel, though.
But Neville, I'm not saying
he's such
you know,
a vicious
be
heel.
a superhero like he used to be. Just kind of keep it the way he is, but just kind of don't be as much of an
Neville's
a-hole.
really funny too. Like there were some
Yeah,
guys.
he's great.
Like there were some
He's
guys
good.
sitting next to me when I was at Raw, and he yelled at Neville, and Neville turned around and looked at him and kind of like squared up like that. It was like he's hilarious. I enjoyed it.
He's a funny dude.
All right,
Funny dude.
guys, what?
Wait,
what-
do I get to?
Yeah,
do
Oh,
I
I
get
thought
to?
I thought you went. I'm sorry.
No,
I
He
it's
didn't-
deferred
okay.
to you.
It's okay. I think for the thing with most heels and face turns is I think that the key is what is the story of it, like where are you going with it. I would love for a face turn. I would love to see a Kevin Owens face turn with a story of him and Sami Zayn getting back together and being friends again.
SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
That would they become tag team champions. They go on this whole long journey, and it ends obviously
Wouldn't they
the way
take
they
them off,
should
like,
all.
probably like the New Day, take the belts off of them.
Yeah,
The
probably.
titles.
Take the titles, take the
yes.
titles off them, or take them off the Usos. Doesn't really matter to me. But like that would just be a great story. It could go for a long burn, and we all know how it ends. It all ends with a powerbomb in the apron eventually one day. Like we know
But
how
that
that
just makes
went.
Sami Zayn look like an idiot for trusting Kevin Owens.
But that's the whole point. Is he keeps trusting. him.
Or
Or Sami Zayn could turn heel on him.
A Haluvik.
A haluva
You
kick.
put a mask on Sami
We-
Zayn and you turn him heel.
We got that great match a couple years ago at Battleground where we got to see Sami Zayn do those shades of gray where he would do the haluva kick, stare
Sami
daggers
Zayn
at
has
Sami.
really good moments when he has momentum. When he won the title from Neville, like the story that was being told, it was really good.
Mhm.
Of course, Nakamura's NXT debut, the Fight Forever chance,
Mhm.
that match you just said with KO. He has really good moments, but he just hasn't had that fire lately.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll
they
see.
haven't been doing anything with them.
And then heel. Apparently I just like effing with tag teams. I think Jeff Hardy could make a great heel now in this era.
Are we talking
I think he wouldn't. This would be the proceeding to Broken. I think we could see him do a great. Matt's holding me back. I was a bigger star in WWE when you left the first time I was here. I don't need you.
But
Heel.
people love Jeff
we're
so
talking
much.
like 2011 TNA
But everyone loves Jeff Hardy.
heel, where he's like drunk in the
No,
ring with
no,
Sting.
not the real life heel. No, I'm just talking more of a like he would be a fun person to see because it's always fun to see the people that we respect for one reason go in a completely different direction, make it hard for us to enjoy them. Like when Mick Foley started wearing the suit. Maybe Jeff Hardy wearing a suit. Maybe I'm working with the Authority a bit because when
Joins
he's
the Mr. Raj. I'm
maybe
joking.
something like that. I'd like to see that, and then that gives Matt a reason to get a fire underneath him
Yeah.
for it.
All right, real quick, who's the ugliest wrestler of all time?
Oh
This
my
is the
God.
end of the 20-week challenge.
It's
The great-
finally over.
The Great Khali looks like a foot. He looks atrocious. And one of those Singh
wow.
brothers, not the one that takes the crazy bumps, but the other one.
The other guy?
That guy looks like a foot
Burial.
also. Atrocious
Why,
garbage.
what do you got against Indians?
I don't. No, the Great Khali is an idiot.
I said Indians.
I don't have anything against Indians.
Apparently you think they're ugly.
Okay, let me. Who else?
Bastion Booger.
Oh man, you took mine.
Doug and Danny Basham.
That man's
look
atrocious looking.
Buddy Murphy.
Hey, don't be throwing shade.
Buddy Murphy's a bum. Nah, all right. Brandon, why don't you go?
I don't know.
I think I took
He
his.
took my Bastion Booger and you didn't even know who Bastion Booger was.
He's just
I was
disgusting.
I was very ashamed of you for not knowing that.
I mean, ugliest wrestler, Kenny Omega. No, I'm just joking. Keep going.
He's got those weird muscles right here, though. Those are kind of
Yeah.
creepy. They creep me out.
So.
I don't know. Braun Strowman, don't kill me.
Oh my God.
Braun Strowman would be an awkward-looking son of a gun if he didn't have a beard. You can see it on his face. He'd have like a baby
that'd
face.
be
Like he'd
real-
look like he was like 4 years old if he didn't have that beard.
All right. You already said yours.
I said Bastion Booger. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Cool.
All right, let's get into the Raw recap. Brandon and I were in attendance for this.
Unfortunately,
Raw was. Hey, hold on.
I spent 2 hours looking at a screen out of a 3-hour show.
Look, hold on. I have defenses for that.
Okay.
I'm a man on the inside.
I'm talking about it. I'm not saying it was a terrible show from a TV viewer standpoint because honestly I haven't seen the show yet.
I mean, they seem to love to give San Jose screens to watch at their.
But
live
inside the
events.
building, I paid a lot of money to
wasn't
watch
that
people
bad.
in the ring,
Oh, no,
and
I
I
wasn't
was
there.
turned around watching a stupid screen about,
I mean, they're a publicly
No
traded
mercy.
company. They have to promote. They have to have advertising. I take courses for this. I understand what Vince is doing.
To be fair, it is the go-home show, and it's kind of weird to have no Brock and no Cena. Having one of them absent would be
Well,
one
the
thing.
no
but to
Cena made sense.
See, that's a good thing for a story, but to do that and then also have no Brock, it's kind of like, oh,
yeah,
why-
they used Brock's
but
dates wrong.
I
What
wish-
happened the week before should have happened at the go home.
roll through the.
I wish
suplex.
they told the story of Braun destroying Cena, and that's why Cena wasn't there.
I don't know.
I mean, they could have told that story. I don't know if they did tell
Well-
that story because I didn't listen to the commentary yet.
Well, anyway, the Miz segment. Jason Jordan Angle, the guy who's gold-blooded, he gets put into the number one contendership match later on that night for the Intercontinental Championship.
Nobody cares about Jason Jordan.
Yeah, let's move on. Nia Jax defeats Alexa Bliss. God, she is gorgeous to look at in person.
Nia Jax.
Alexa
Both?
Bliss.
Shout out to Nia Jax.
I mean, she's not like most girls.
Not like
Uh-huh.
She's not.
And Bailey with her illustrious return. And basically a heel turn. Sasha Banks attacking Nia from behind, and then they triple team Nia Jax.
And then
what
they
did Nia
assault.
What did Nia Jax do?
I know nothing. She
This-
won a match.
From a psychological standpoint, this makes no sense. Why were the baby faces?
I know. And then
Attacking.
they attack Alexa like
What did Alexa do?
nothing.
Exactly.
She was trying to raise the hands and be all in victory, and then that.
Makes no sense.
All right, the Bar.
Mhm.
The Bar. They defeat Rollins, Ambrose, and the Good Brothers. This was a good match. It was lengthy.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed this.
I enjoyed it. I liked it. They put the Good Brothers in there obviously to take the pinfall.
Yeah.
They kind of teased me when they hit the Magical. I'm like, are they going over here?
I enjoyed you guys all chanting along with nerds.
Oh, I loved that.
That
I
was
was
you guys
waiting
were
for
you
it.
guys
Nerds
you
is
guys
over.
you guys were
I was
solid.
like, nerds.
You guys were on point for that
I
one.
loved it. Kurt Hawkins takes his 115th loss to the Majestic Ebony, Apollo Crews.
people were sort of excited to see who was going to come out, and then when it was Apollo Crews' music, you could just feel the whole crowd just be, oh my god, really?
I mean, it was
it was bad.
But he's just so happy to be there.
This was so bad he wasn't even on the Black Power ranking.
It was such a disappointment.
Braun Lesnar segment.
Yay.
Once again,
All right.
I didn't want to turn around and look at a screen.
It was a good segment for those of us at home on our televisions. It was a good
It
segment.
was a good segment. I liked it.
It built their story really well. Kind of drew the parallels between each of them. I enjoyed that.
But let's talk about Roman Reigns. I mean,
Roman Reigns actually won this week,
let's talk about.
even though it was
I busted it actually.
big dog.
Big dog.
I mean, he did exactly what I've been wanting him to do.
No,
so
yeah.
all this made sense.
That's how you tell a story.
And then John was on Edge and Christian's podcast today.
Mhm.
He talked about how he absolutely loved Roman's promo this past Monday.
It's weird that we live in an era where people talk about segments and talk about angles before they're even over yet. Like that he's already talking like.
No, I
outs-
mean they recorded it like
I mean-
Wednesday.
Yeah, but it's weird that we can already
This
listen
program
to
is
people.
so meta.
Yeah, we can already listen to people talk outside of the
Yeah.
continuity before the
Yeah,
segment's even
But
done.
John, the way he was explaining it, he was like, he wants to go out there and like put them in a position to where they actually get fired up and they actually come back with jabs, you know.
Mhm.
And then Roman, he addressed the whole zipper thing on in this corner. Like they both talked about this program.
Mhm.
They want to like bring out the best in each other. They actually take jabs at each other. And the Alex Riley name drop.
Oh, it was great.
That was great.
And I do think this has been over, even though I think Roman has been slaughtered most weeks. I think that this has been some of the best mic work he's ever done.
I mean, he's getting more comfortable. I mean,
Yeah.
this,
If
but-
anything, he will be able to have a better program with somebody else after this because I
Yeah.
think it has.
But
like,
But where does
loosened
he
him
go from here? You know, because like after you
up.
work
Well,
with
depends
John,
on if he wins or loses.
yeah, after you
Well-
work with John, you got to carry the
The
momentum.
nice thing is that
going.
he doesn't have a title. There's no title involved in this
I mean,
matchup. So
still
wherever he
has
goes,
he still has a presence. Like
yeah. So wherever he goes after this can be for a title, and it's not a downgrade.
I mean, yeah, but it was loud in there.
Hmm.
But remember last week, Roman said that John doesn't have a movie career and he'll help him because he knows the guy. But then this week, John Cena has a movie career, and that's why he's not at Raw. It's just continuity. It doesn't make any
I
sense.
think
Why
it was
you...
like Dancing with the Stars or something, right?
No,
No,
I watched
no.
Dancing with the Stars.
No, he's filming. No,
Go
he's
Nikki.
filming-
Go
to
Nikki.
To be fair, he's gone doing a Hollywood movie that's going to blow. So it's not like he doesn't have a Hollywood career. He's doing a Bumblebee spinoff.
It'll make
those
mon-
movies
that'll
do-
that'll make money.
He
Those
voiced
movies
like
don't
a-
make money
a dinosaur,
anymore.
right?
The last one was a flop. I don't
Yeah.
know what he does.
He voiced like some dinosaur kids movie. I don't know what's going on there. But
He's supposed to be Shazam.
I enjoyed this from Roman. Good work.
I mean, Roman actually won this week just because John Cena wasn't there.
John looks like this Sunday John's gonna get beat by another Samoan. Let's see.
You think,
I don't know.
Who do you guys think? Who do you think is
Well,
walking
we can
out?
get into that later.
Okay.
No mercy predictions later. Bray
do that.
Wyatt defeats Dustin Rhodes.
They built this story up very nicely.
The
It
face
was kind of
paint is off.
anticlimactic, though.
Yeah, it was. This was a really great story that I wish didn't have to end in a short match.
So Dustin's attacking. He's getting his comeuppance. He
Mhm.
runs into his sister Abigail and it's over.
Yeah, he looked amazing though.
He did.
I didn't
No
like
rank-
the ending.
no, like no age. Like that man is.
I
That
mean,
man,
he looks. You know, of course, obviously he's gonna
Yeah.
look aged,
yeah.
but he's turned back the hands of time.
Mhm.
At DDP Yoga.
He
shout
found
out-
he found the
shout out
fountain of
DDP.
youth. Shout out DDP Diamond
this is
Dallas
the
Page.
this is the first time that he's been on WWE programming like this since like '92, right?
I mean, he wasn't there in '92. He made his debut in like '95.
'95. Whenever he was doing what with the not Born Again, what was it called? He did like a rebirth gimmick where he did it for a little while.
Oh, that
where
was
he
like 2000s.
2000s.
something
Okay,
like
I
that,
think
yeah.
that was the last time that
Because like
he was
in
not.
WWE in the '90s. He went to
Goldust.
WCW, went to become Seven.
Mhm.
Well, I know, like, when Goldust went through, like, his weird sexual phase with Marlena. Sometimes,
yeah.
I don't know if he was always wearing face paint
Yeah.
during that time.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
he wasn't.
It's been a while. It's been a very long time since
All
we've seen
right.
him without the paint.
But of course, Finn Balor comes on the screen and says,
How dangerous.
Another promo on the screen.
"How dangerous is the demon if it's like how dangerous is the man if the
If I created it to not be bullied, if I created the demon, what's more dangerous, the demon or me?
you want to record a drop and we pass it off as Finn Balor's voice?"
Sure.
All right. Braun Strowman destroys Enzo Amore.
The best part of Raw was
It was
this.
fun.
How'd you like that? Thank you, Strowman chant.
Oh, it was great. You guys,
Started
did
that.
you? You started it? Yeah. San Jose's got it on point with the thank you Strowman chants.
I
We
lo-
did it for him when he killed Reigns as well back at Payback.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
But then at the afterwards, they did a match between Braun and
we'll-
Roman.
We'll get into that.
Okay.
We'll get into that. Let's save it.
They
But then Neville comes out there and he did the little thing and he
Yeah.
did the red arrows.
I love
Neville's-
Neville. I love
he's-
Neville and Strowman's like interaction too, where they kind of like it was
I
like
know. We finally got 205 Live versus main roster. I mean, we can do something there. Neville was like, "Oh, I don't want none of you." It
was just a little bit of a game respecting game kind of thing where it's like, yeah, we're both really good, but we are not on the same level. I'm not gonna try and touch you.
That match that'd be interesting.
I think Neville is perfect for David versus Goliath type matches because he's so fast and he's so strong looking that I believe that he can take these big guys out.
All right, moving on. Neville defeats Grand Metalik.
Rips his mask off.
This is a good match. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot. I just enjoy getting to see more Grand Metalik on my screen.
Elias's song, I love it. I'm always gonna want to walk with Elias. He was over.
I'm okay with them burying San Jose. I don't care about San Jose.
Yeah. All right. Jason
now, if
Jordan.
Oakland, it would be a different story.
Jason Jordan defeats the Hardys, Elias, and Axel and
Oh yeah, of course.
Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew this is where we were going. We were going.
I mean, he's gold-blooded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Nobody cares about Jason Jordan.
I really hope he doesn't win.
The promo from The Miz telling Kurt he's a better father than him already. His child hasn't even been born yet.
Yeah.
And then after that, he tells Jordan he's always going to be a bastard. I was like, oh my goodness.
To be fair, I think that they've done a really good job in the last 3 weeks to make people care more about Jordan. Now, I don't think he's super charismatic, but I mean he looks formidable. He held his own against Reigns and Cena.
He can work. I mean, he was over when he was throwing guys around. He was over then in the match.
But when he's talking, he's not over.
Yeah.
I mean, by the end of the show, people were booing Miz because he was being a D-bag.
The thing is, we know he can work. We know he can go. He just needs a character consistently.
All right, no mercy predictions. Enzo versus Neville Cruiserweight title.
Can we get into the 205 Live segment with these two?
Okay, let's go to 205.
I watched 3 shows, and 205 Live was the best show out of the 2.
Hey, what have I been telling everybody?
I mean, I know the talent that's there.
Yeah.
I stayed for 205 Live. I popped for all of it. The Brian Kendrick had to see the man with the plan.
Yes. Oh man, I love him. I love.
He took the L to Cedric Alexander, Black Power ranking. I really enjoyed 205 Live all in all. I
love
did.
Jack Gallagher. I love his heel turn. Gosh, that
Drew Gulak is hilarious.
That Drew Gulak's great.
I love
but
him.
That headbutt.
Yeah, it's so vicious.
Like I don't know how it came across live.
Kevin Owens, take notes.
But on screen, like watching on screen, I winced and like jumped in my chair because it sounded vicious and it looked vicious.
Yeah. I really enjoyed 205 Live. I enjoyed everything about it. But let's get into this Enzo thing real quick. Why are people cheering a guy for kicking another man in the jewels?
I mean, people were not cheering. People were booing Enzo by the end of the
segment. There were some boos.
I mean, he did have some nice work on the mic during that segment.
If you think about is this supposed to be a Enzo heel turn? Because if you
know.
think of it in a bubble,
he talks about how he's cheating to win.
Enzo was talking about nothing about in the ring. He was like, yeah, I'm a crappy wrestler, but who cares? Because I'm partying with Drake and on the weekend, and I'm selling merch. And then Neville comes around and says, I don't care about that. I just win, and I'm the champion. I'm the best there is.
I don't know how this conversation goes in the back, but I love Neville getting to go on the mic and say, do you think I care about being a superstar? Because that seems so contrary to what WWE wants to promote. So I love just the idea of him just being
I was in the crowd, and I was saying to people, we cheer Enzo Amore.
Who's we?
Speak
for yourself.
Talk about, people, the demographic.
Yeah.
But they boo guys like Roman Reigns, stuff like that, who can actually work. It's just it's a whole thing. But going back to No Mercy, Enzo versus Neville.
I think
Neville better win.
I think Enzo might win. I think they might do it.
Win.
I think they're gonna do it. I think they are.
I think they better have him cheat.
He's gonna They better
not put him over clean.
He's gonna cheat. He's gonna weasel, and then from this point on, he's gonna weasel his way through.
Weasel.
R.I.P. to the brain.
He's gonna keep weaseling his way. I think he might. I just think he might.
If Enzo goes over, Vince, he's still suffering from the headbutt, so I'll blame it on that.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping a kayfabe.
And if they do that, I think what needs to happen is Neville needs to immediately just dip 205 and go up
for the IC title. Oh god,
be great.
Nice. I'm going Neville. All right, Jason Jordan versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title.
Miz.
I said it on the Black Power ranking. I think this might be the way to get him over. Do what they did with The Rock back in the 90s. He was a face. He wasn't getting over. You put the Intercontinental title on him, and you make him a bad guy. Eventually, a Jason Jordan heel turn. I want that to lead to Hunter versus Kurt. Control of Raw. That's what I want to see. So maybe this could be the first step into that little pawn, that little game. But I think Jordan might get it, but I don't want to see it in for The Miz. I'm gonna go Jordan.
I feel like there's more to gain from Jordan winning than Miz winning, because
Yeah, 'cause
Miz has been the IC champion forever, and he's just kind of just doing the same thing.
third longest reigning champion of all time,
I feel if you put the title on Jordan, you can at least see what he has. Show me what you got.
I think either Jordan's gonna win here or he's gonna. I got that reference. I think Jordan's either gonna. If Jordan doesn't win here, he's gonna win in a rematch so that Miz can take some time off because his wife's gonna have a kid, and
Yeah.
I think some time off is due him
but
soon.
How long? How pregnant is she? Like
Yeah, we
3
don't
months?
we don't know. So I don't think she loses here. He loses here. I
Maybe
think
like
he
a month?
loses.
Well,
I
she's
think
not
he
showing,
loses.
so-
Yeah, I think he loses the next time. The next game.
I'm
yeah, but what is
I'm
that?
joking.
What is that, like 3-4 months?
Yeah. So
That's-
Jordan.
Jordan.
I say Miz.
Jordan.
All right, cool. The goddess Alexa Bliss, she defends her Raw Women's Championship against Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Bayley, and Emma. If
I
Emma
don't understand why Bayley's in this match.
because she
showed up for one night.
I
And
know, I don't. That makes no sense. I mean, Bailey's a good worker. Just I don't assume why she's here.
Well, to be fair, the last time we saw Bayley, she had earned a title shot that she never got. So her being in the match is her just getting the title shot she had earned
Okay.
at SummerSlam.
Okay, continuity makes sense. All right. I think Emma's just there to take the pin. If she wins, I would not be. I honestly wouldn't
that
be
would
mad.
be-
But here's
That's
what
my
you-
personal
Here's
pick,
what
but I
you
don't
really
think it's
do.
gonna happen.
Alexa should keep the title, and then you move on to Alexa versus Nia. You keep going with that.
Mhm.
But then with Bailey and Sasha, there's this kind of animosity. There's this tension. Are they okay? Stuff like that.
You mean
'Cause
we might get a women's wrestling story that doesn't involve the title?
two separate stories.
No, that's impossible.
Because
That can't happen.
and this is the thing, they didn't really showcase Alexa and Nia's friendship on Raw because they have that for social media. If you look at the Instagram stories, hey, they're best friends.
Yeah.
Outside, but in the
that's the only reason I follow Nia Jax is for Alexa Bliss.
I mean, yeah, of course,
Just
that just makes sense.
Just being real.
Yeah, because you have social media to see all their best friends. They didn't waste any of that on TV, which was good.
Mhm.
But I say Alexa keeps it. We go with Nia and Alexa. Then we go with Sasha Bailey. Hopefully Sasha, she goes back to her.
Wouldn't that be smart?
her boss roots.
Alexa eventually drops the title to Nia. Nia picks up the title just in time for Asuka.
Honestly, I want Alexa to keep it until Asuka gets there, and I want Asuka to chase her. I want Alexa.
Oh, you
'cause
want-
Alexa, she's
That'd be fun,
great.
too.
She's great with the face.
I got
expressions.
it. So Emma is gonna win this match. And then you know what happens? Emma comes out and she's just gloating about how she started the women's revolution and she's the best. And you know what happens? Asuka comes out and destroys her and gives her the Paige treatment and she wins.
If they
the
were
title.
if they wanted to do it to somebody and they wanted to establish things right off the bat, Emma would be the person.
'Cause you
Emma's
can bury
gloating,
Emma. You can
and then
bury Emma.
Asuka walks up, does one kick.
Emma
and
could be a
pins her.
transitional champion. Yeah.
Yeah, just single kick. I'm gonna go Alexa. I think there's too many people in the match for it not to be Alexa.
Yeah.
Emma.
The more people you put in the match, the more chance.
She started the women's revolution.
I mean, she did. I mean, give him a
did,
chance.
literally.
Give Mickey James a chance. I'm just saying. Moving
love
on. The big dog, Roman Reigns versus the franchise John Cena. This is the big one.
See, under normal circumstances, I would say Cena wins this as the first win, and then we move on, and eventually Roman wins the feud. But because Cena's going to be gone to Hollywood, I think Roman wins because Cena's going to be gone.
I feel since Cena is going away, that's why you put over Cena. Have Cena win the match. Roman can
Take
get
another loss on pay-per-view.
Roman can get over this, and you
To be
keep
fair,
building
they're
towards
both- I
Roman.
think the tale of the
and-
tape that they're both 50-50 right now for the year. Not in pay-per-views, but in matches all over this year. Since the beginning of 2017, they are 50-50 right now, both of them.
I mean, Roman had some momentum in that dark match we had at Raw. That was very good.
Oh, what dark match did you guys get?
Roman versus Strowman street fight.
Was it good?
Roman took a sharp bump. I like when he takes sharp bumps.
Those guys
Braun-
have so much chemistry.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to Cena Roman real quick,
Yeah.
but just Braun, Roman picks him up for a Samoan drop to put him through the table. Braun, he has some charisma. He was like, no. That's the kind of stuff we don't get to see on TV. He the look in his eyes, like, oh my god, I can't believe he's picking me up. I don't want to go through this table.
Mhm.
And then of course later on in the match, there were some really close, this close near falls. They were really good.
Nice.
But Roman spear Strowman. Honestly, I feel like it kind of hurt Strowman, even though it wasn't televised. Still, you shouldn't have him lose.
But then you have Roman walk around the crowd and give everyone high fives
Yeah.
and kiss babies.
I mean-
It's sending the crowd home happy.
I mean, I was
in
there for
theory.
Roman Reigns,
But
I'm,
this-
I'm
I
there to
mean,
hear the reaction.
the crowd
Yeah.
just completely turned on Roman Reigns. They loved him after the lights went off, or when the cameras got turned off.
Yeah.
He's an exciting guy. I don't think he's a
He's a
perfect.
big match presence.
Yeah,
He's a big dog.
he brings a dynamic vibe to the fight.
I busted it actually. Big dog.
I'm sorry.
2 for 2.
All right. But getting back to Cena Roman, who do you have?
I'm gonna say Roman.
It's Cena. You build it up, and then Roman wins the title.
Samoa Joe returns.
Oh my God! No, Undertaker's supposed to return.
No.
That's what the dirt sheets say.
I didn't think of that. I like that.
Hold on. Causes it no DQ or somehow Roman wins via I don't know. John can win by DQ, but he doesn't really win. That
Yeah.
way John can go away. Then when we come back, I mean Roman can go do something else with somebody else. Then we come back, we get Joe versus Cena.
I could see that because Roman and Samoa have beef.
I know they're
So he
both
could-
Samoan Joes.
So he could run in and hit Roman over the head, giving Cena the DQ victory.
Is it going to be like Cena and Rock where they both hold up each other's arms like, I respect this guy?
No.
After this?
I
Oh,
But I mean, come on. You have to put over Roman and be like, oh, man, he's the guy.
Or if Cena beats him clean, this could be the thing that sets Roman over the top. No, but I go Samoa Joe interference. All right, moving on. Seth and Dean, they defend the titles against Sheamus and Cesaro. Seth and Dean win. It doesn't make
Seth and
sense.
Dean,
It doesn't
yeah.
make sense to take it off.
There's
of
no
them.
story to take it off them now.
I mean, Sheamus and Cesaro, they are very entertaining. They are all charismatic, but it doesn't make sense.
Wait for the revival to come back.
Yeah.
Who? FTR.
FTR.
All right. Then the big one, Brock versus Braun.
You know, this match reminds me of the CM Punk Ryback match. Where they... Okay, hear me out.
Something
Because remember...
something
something has to give here.
at all
both
reminds
of
you
these
of
guys
the
can work.
CM Punk Ryback match.
Because CM Punk had that long title reign, and you don't think he's going to give it up. But then Ryback was super hot at that point.
He really
And
was.
like Ryback was super over at that point,
Brad
and it's
Maddox.
like which one do you pick? Do you pick the title reign or do you pick the guy who's super over right now? And that's what Braun and Brock is right now.
Honestly,
You're kind of building up to the Brock going up against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, but Braun Strowman is super over right now, and he's already lost to Roman Reigns earlier in the year, and you don't really want him to lose clean. But I'm going with Brock Lesnar.
A screwy finish. I say Brock wins and he doesn't drop the title till Mania.
Because they've been putting over Braun strong over Brock.
Then again,
I'm just gonna go with my heart here and not with my head at all, which I normally would go with my head, but I'm gonna go with my heart.
I know
Braun. I think Braun's winning.
I feel that too. Like they've built him so strong. This gives Brock like time to like leave for a few months and come back for like a Survivor Series or maybe a Rumble, something like
Have him
that.
come back as a surprise, like, oh, we need one more person for our team.
Oh my god! Because last year's Survivor Series tag match was lit.
Oh, it
That
was so
amazing.
good.
All right, so that's.
But how does the match go? Like, is it just 5 minutes of like Goldberg and Lesnar where it's just finisher after finisher?
I mean, you can't squash Brock again like in 90 seconds. You can't do that again.
No, I think they go for a long time.
I think eventually Brock gets the Suplex City.
Over under
Like the first couple ones that don't really affect him.
over
like,
under 10 minutes. Over 10 minutes?
Over. I say over. I think we're going over.
Maybe we hit just under 10. Maybe get like 950 or something. I don't know.
I mean, I say Brock's going. Apparently I'm the only one picking Brock here. So
I say Brock because I'm thinking with my head like I want him to go.
I think Brock makes the most sense. I mean, I don't think they're gonna really take the power. I think they should, but I don't think they would. I want them to, so I'm gonna say Braun.
All right, SmackDown. Let's get into that. Shane McMahon's promo. Always good to hear Shane McMahon's music. He just basically is gonna get vengeance for his father. That's basically
he
it.
didn't really, show the fire that I wanted him to.
I mean, he showed fire like back in 2009 when he was feuding with Randy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's on now.
I'm saying like I need that fire. I need that fire again.
'Cause he's
Yeah,
like-
he's whole. I mean, they got a long way to go.
Yeah.
He's whole enough.
Kevin can say some more despicable things,
It's pretty crazy how long the build for their next pay-per-view from SummerSlam to this has to be.
Yeah, they don't have one in September. That's crazy.
Yeah.
which
No-
I'm okay with.
I mean, I'm okay with the long
You don't
build
need
too.
a
It's
show
just that
every
they
2
got
weeks.
to take time.
Quick question: should they go back to just having the big 4 pay-per-views? Only 4 pay-per-views a year.
I'm fine with one pay-per-view a month, and you just switch off who gets the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
they,
me
like
too.
they used to do.
I'm okay with that too. That'd be my preference.
Because how many do they have now? Like 16 pay-per-views, which is way too many.
It's not enough.
And no,
I love wrestling every other week.
Oh
It's
God.
awesome.
Yeah, I would say I would say that their preference, my preference is one a month, and then swap them off, except for the big 4. would
You
be
have
for
12
both.
pay-per-views, 8 for one brand, and then the other 4 are the big 4.
All right. Randall Keith Orton defeats Andy English. The crowd was pretty hot for Randy.
He always gets I remember him. He's a big star pop. Every time.
And he's smooth as butter.
I've seen Randy Orton more
He's
times
smooth
than
as
any
butter.
other
Smooth,
wrestler.
but have you seen that scoop power slam?
Randy, he's just so good. I'm telling you, people.
He's a great wrestler. He just couldn't give a damn.
He's all right.
sometimes, most of the time.
Randy Orton fan club. Not me. This guy right here, though.
This guy.
Number 1 fan, Randy Orton.
Hey, I just might be. I support the Viper. RKO in person. I always pop for that. But then he goes on to have a match against Handsome Rusev. Rusev defeats him in 10 seconds with a super kick. Rusev number 1. Rusev number 1.
I'm glad that they gave him this. He needed
Are you
it.
happy that Ruru he got a win? You happy?
I mean, obviously it's everything but clean. It's the furthest from clean, but I'm
Yeah.
happy he got it.
I mean, we'll see.
I would be Rusev, he could turn babyface.
He good.
I'm okay with that.
Handsome Rusev could be the best
I
face
mean,
ever.
that backstage promo with him and Renee, that was a babyface promo. It was very over the top and corny, but it was a babyface promo.
It was a babyface promo.
Speaking of over the top promos,
Yeah.
The modern day Maharaja Jinder Mahal. I did go to SmackDown to see that guy. When I saw them pull out the carpet, I was like, ooh, my heart skipped a beat. No, but let's talk about this promo.
like to know how many more heartbeats that your heart skipped.
I mean,
You said you're going to defend this promo.
Again, I enjoyed your crowd.
the Singh brothers they're hilarious. Like,
They're great.
they don't have mics, so you catch a little bit of what they say from Jinder's mic, and they're overselling, rolling on the floor, like, please Maharaja, stop, you're too funny. I thought that was pretty hilarious.
They're great. No,
But
the
going
Bollywood
with this
boys
promo,
are fantastic.
Mr. Miyagi, was it racist? Yeah, but I mean, crime time. Mr. McMahon said, what's up, mate? He said stuff like that.
It's also 2017.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's,
Just once again,
We've-
just
we-
because it happened in the past doesn't mean it has to happen now.
I mean, but that was really like back in the day. It was like white guy versus like ethnicity or like Oriental stuff like that. This time it's kind of like both, But
But-
like honestly, like we've seen worse in this business. I mean, you remember fucking Juventud?
No profanity, sir.
I'll let it out. Yeah, I'm like Juventud, Psychosis, super crazy, riding out on like coolers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, we've had worse stuff in the past.
Eddie Guerrero, lowrider. I lie, I cheat, I steal. But it was over.
Do I
R.I.P.
need-
to
do
the
I need to say it again? Just because it happened in the past
It's
doesn't mean it
2017.
happening right now.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. Shinsuke's promo?
Why doesn't Shinsuke just come out and just beat the crap out of all
Yeah,
those guys?
see, Shinsuke does not need to be on the microphone at all. I mean, did you see the look on Renee Young's face after that promo?
Yeah.
That
She
wasn't
knew.
that wasn't scripted. That she was like, what are we talking about there, guy?
Yeah, she knew.
Yeah.
He needs to keep his mouth shut. I mean, not in like he needs to shut
He
up, but
needs
like
to say
he's better as
max 5 words.
he's better when he's silent. Like my favorite bit of him on the mic is still when everyone's talking about how big they are. He does the whole like you can just call me Mr. Money in the Bank, and he walks off and is like that was great. Like that's his promos need to stay like that.
I wouldn't have minded if he just yelled at him in Japanese.
Yeah, that
honestly,
too.
you know
I'm
what?
okay with that too.
Yeah.
That's great.
Next week he can come out. Like, Jinder's cutting the promo, like, he doesn't need to do the whole elaborate entrance. He can just come out there and say something in Japanese and be like, translation, you jackass. Like, something like that, or, I don't know, or just get physical. Like,
yeah,
show
just
us
yell Japanese at him and
Honestly,
then kick him in the head.
Hell in the Cell. This could be the spot to where he just needs to run through him, where you said, this
I
could be
mean, this is building up to if Shinsuke doesn't win, then I don't know what the whole point of all this stuff is.
if he doesn't win, I don't know who takes the strap off of him.
John
Alright.
Cena.
John Cena versus Jinder Mania. This is what I hear. I have sources.
American number
Your
one.
sources suck.
Hey, Charlie Caruso is a nice lady. All right, U.S. Open Challenge. A whole bunch of stuff happens. Baron Corbin, he gets sprained ankle because of the perfect 10. Ty Dillinger. By the way, you
And
people.
the calf crusher.
Hold on.
Oh.
When he is not in the match or the segment, do not chant 10. That is annoying.
Or the too sweet every time there's a 2 count.
Yeah, we're gonna hear that tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course. Well, I mean,
Marks.
you're hearing it tonight is fine. It's a house show. Well, it's a gym show.
But still,
It's still annoying.
it really
'Cause
is.
There's like at least 5 2 counts during every match,
Yeah, it's.
and it just
Sure.
gets old
It
really
really does.
quick.
But that's interesting. We'll see where we go with that and AJ and whatever. Charlotte Flair, she makes her return.
Okay. When in the crowd, they would post Charlotte's face with Ric Flair's face, just saying coming up next.
Did you hear the commentary?
No. When you're in the crowd, don't you think? That's what
you
I
think
thought.
you're gonna
you
get
think
Ric
Ric Flair?
Flair.
You think Ric Flair's coming out?
I mean, yeah, I did think that too, but when it's just her, I'm like,
So
she's
Charlotte
talking about
comes
the
out.
book. That's that.
So
yeah.
Charlotte comes out, and Ric Flair doesn't come out. The crowd was a little
I thought
deflated about that.
I was like, oh, she's gonna be talking about her book and her dad and how he's doing better. Thank you for all the support. But then Natalya comes out. She's playing the crazy cat lady gimmick.
and Charlotte seemed a little too scripted. She was talking, just
But we're gonna talk about that match and some of her moves. I mean,
Charlotte can bounce between feeling a little bit too scripted and feeling great, but at least she can act some of the time. God,
Yeah.
Natalya can't act
hey,
her way out of
she's a crazy cat lady.
can't act her way out of a litter box.
All right. The New Day defeats the Hype Bros. The Hype Bros. They might be turning heel. I don't know.
smart move not putting the Usos in a match because they would get over in the Bay Area since they're from San Francisco.
Oh yeah, they would definitely be over.
So yep. KO via satellite. Classic Kevin Owens.
People like him are going to heaven. I pop for that, but I don't know how much of a heel line that really is.
Dolph Ziggler. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
I
Yes.
thought
Are
he-
you going to defend this thing again?
I thought he was gonna do someone who was no longer with us, but they swerved me. He does Triple H, he does the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, and then he does D-Generation X. I pop for the DX music because I've never heard that live.
Yeah, you get to hear the music live.
That's a win. But what are you doing?
Just depends on where it goes for me. I like the idea of it. It just needs to keep.
I mean, I know where this is going.
I mean, it better be going.
It's
the
going.
way-
It's going to the glorious Bobby Roode.
to Booby Rude.
By the way, the dark match before SmackDown started. Shout out Bobby Roode. I lost my voice singing that song.
Against Mike Kanellis with no Maria.
Hey,
I was very
I've been waiting
sad.
like 5 years to see Mike Kanellis. I was happy. I was satisfied.
Two people with two of my favorite entrance themes.
I know, right?
So good.
This makes sense.
Maria.
All right. Charlotte Flair becomes the number one contender for the SmackDown Women's Title at Hell in the
she
Cell.
should. It works. I like it.
Her spear.
She's got a beautiful everything.
I
Beautiful
said it was
spear.
better than Roman. I got a nice little pop. Thank you to the crowd. The moonsault, picture perfect. Tamina looked dominant.
As someone
how
who
did you,
cannot
how do you feel about Tamina's in that match?
stand her, she did a good
She's fine.
job.
I mean,
Did she look dominant?
she was there what she was supposed to do. She was the big dog.
What was Superfly Splash? Was it all right that night?
It was
Was it
fine.
better than most?
It was better than
Yeah,
most.
she got some good height on it.
Naomi showcasing her athleticism.
Those stupid kicks.
God, those
I
kicks,
know what
those
you-
kicks
dying of
with a
fire.
portion.
I know what you mean. No, watching them live, I'm like,
Like Charlotte, just take a
I'd
step
rather
back.
I'd rather her just not have legs.
when they went to commercial, she did
I
the
mean-
Flair face bump. Charlotte did. That's pretty funny. I enjoyed that.
Okay, so Naomi, she's kind of too athletic for her own good. She wants to do all these spots that are they look super cool, but they
do.
just don't look like they hurt.
Like that spot she did last week when Natalia was like on the rope, but she like leaped over and did a
you know,
leg
I'm
drop.
okay. I'm fine with her not doing her ass spots anymore.
Oh,
Like
Oh,
with
yeah.
rear
she
view.
yeah, and she take him in the
She
corner
calls
and, like,
it the rear view.
and she give him like a stink face in the corner
By God,
basically.
the rear view.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, guys.
Hip attack.
Superstar spotlight.
Neville.
Braun Strowman destroying Enzo Amore.
Neville capitalizing on the destruction of Enzo Amore.
Charlotte.
Cool. Good week,
there
guys.
you go.
Good
There
week.
you go.
There you go.
All right, let's move into something that's going
We
on
didn't actually
tonight.
mow it over for what about Rhodes and Suzuki?
I know that's what I'm talking about. It's tonight.
Okay. I don't know. I don't watch.
Is it tonight?
Yeah,
Cool.
tonight Minoru Suzuki's gonna kiss the ring.
Oh, right.
Uh,
Someone's gonna die. Someone named Cody is going to die. I'm scared of Suzuki. Cody should be scared of Suzuki.
This is
Kenny
go-
Omega is terrified of Suzuki.
I mean, this is gonna be very interesting to watch. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it after we get back from some All Pro Wrestling endeavors.
I don't really know. I only know that the match is happening. I don't know the context. Is it for Ring of Honor's title
It
or
is
is
for
it
the
for
champion.
Suzuki's title?
It's for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, it's not for Suzuki's
No.
because he has the Neverweight still, I
Yeah.
believe. Okay, cool.
This is gonna be
But
very.
he doesn't care about that title.
Yeah, this.
He didn't even wear it during the G1.
Yeah. I think they're trying to phase it out.
I mean,
This is going to be-
who cares about that match? That belt, anyways.
Well, I think literally he's going to stop showing up with it until they finally just like unceremoniously retired and kind of just move the United States New Japan Pro Wrestling title into its spot.
Because the openweight title is like the strong style title.
Yeah.
I mean, Cody Rhodes with the whole kiss the ring thing.
It's great. I love it. It's a good
like,
gimmick.
Just really, this whole Ring of Honor title run, it throws me back to like, just like the words, the suits, like a Nick Bockwinkel, like a Flair, the flamboyance of like a Buddy Rogers, just stuff like that. And hopefully Brandy Rhodes will be at ringside because
Cody,
I do enjoy seeing Brandy Rhodes.
What the?
what was that?
Zipper
Big
sound
dog.
effects.
Oh my gosh.
No, don't.
I busted it actually. Big dog.
All right, that's enough for that. That's
Two
enough
for
that drop.
three. You got 2 for 3.
All right. Any other thoughts about Rhodes versus
I mean,
Suzuki?
I think just Cody is just this great story in the last year and a half now, where he is million times bigger than he ever was in WWE, and I'm like, that's awesome. Like, it's really cool to see this rise,
I mean,
and I hope it keeps going. I hope
he
it
had
keeps
some
rising.
really good ideas, but like Vince and Hunter, they just weren't feeling it.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Like,
to
talk about going out and raising your stock. Like, his stock is higher than like if he were if you took the fame and kind of the prestige he's at right now and you paralleled it with
Yeah.
the WWE, he'd be a main eventer now.
I mean, like on that
And
Talk Is Jericho
he was
episode, like
never a main eventer.
he was just
before.
talking about like stuff he learned at WWE that he applies in Indies, like when he used to ride with Cena back in the day when Ted DiBiase Jr. was around.
Mhm.
Cena would be talking about like, all right, what was the house tonight, like the stock and the revenue, how many shirts did I sell? He takes that on the Indies with him now, and he's like, all right, did I sell out here? All right, if I sold out here, the number's gonna be bigger when I come back in like 6 months. He takes the knowledge that he learned from like Vince, Hunter, and Cena and all that stuff.
Well, in Oakland this week, they have a long way to go because that crowd was very bad.
Yeah.
The entire camera side was all blocked off. The entire upper deck was blocked off. It was probably 5,000 people at that show. That's bad.
Yeah. If I had not been stuck in class, I would have been there.
All right. All Pro Wrestling is tonight. We are going to see some exciting things. Jeff Cobb, Mr. Athletic, Willie Mack, Jacob Fatu, Reno Scum, Joey Mercury, John Morrison.
Love Reno Scum.
Eminem.
Love Eminem.
Reunited.
Yes.
It's gonna be good.
Reunited. Never mind.
Where's Melina at, though? That's what I want to know.
One of the first tag teams I ever really dug back when I was a kid. I'm excited to see them together again.
Eminem and like Kendrick and London, they had some magic.
It's gonna be great.
I
Yes.
dug Eminem for a whole different reason. Shout out Melina.
All right. Yes. It's gonna be very good. I love APW. Marcus Mack has done wonders with this promotion. Hopefully, get some interviews for you guys tonight. I don't know. We gotta see. Gotta make.
We'll see what happens.
Or maybe even just some little voiceover, some drops. Promo pick of the week. Brandon, tell us what you want us to do.
So on this promo pick, it's not a promo pick in general. It's just, go out and look at Bobby the Brain Heenan promos.
Yeah,
and
just look 'em up.
I'm saying go look at AWA promos because it's it's really easy to just go on WWE's website and look at all their WWF promos. Learn your history, kids.
Yeah.
Go see AWA stuff, WCW stuff.
Another quick thing about the Brain. We talk. I don't think we've ever done like greatest taunts on this podcast yet. I don't think we've done that yet. But like one of the still so simple, pointing at the Brain. Like I'm smarter than you. One of the great ones. But those promos, yeah, go watch all that other stuff. Closing match pick of the week. No Mercy. I could have done Ziggler versus Miz, but that was too recent for me. I had to go back in the trenches. No Mercy 2008. The game Triple H defends the WWE Championship against Jeff Hardy. This is when Jeff is he's chasing the titles, getting that climb. This is when Freddie Prinze Jr. is backstage writing his storyline, and it eventually leads Armageddon to Jeff becoming the champion. So this match was really good. So close to becoming the champion
I remember
at one
this
point in the
match.
match.
It was a good
It
one.
was very good. Follow us on Twitter at BulletCast. We're still giving the giveaway of the Bullet Club shirt. Answer the question, where's Hangman? Best.
We might find out soon.
We might find out soon.
We might find out soon. Best answer gets
Somewhere in Connecticut.
Gets the shirt. Yes. Subscribe. SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play,
MySpace,
YouTube,
Tinder,
yeah,
Grinder, Black People Meet,
Christian Mingle.
all that stuff.
Plenty of fish.
The YouTube channel is The BulletCast, Instagram The BulletCast, Facebook BulletCast,
FarmersOnly.com.
email us BulletCast2 as in the number 2 sweet SWEET@gmail.com.
We're everywhere.
I was out, I got us a few more subscribers when I was out in
Cool.
Oakland at the
Cool.
Oracle in San Jose.
Make them listen to our stuff.
Yeah. Some new business cards are on their way.
Ooh.
The shop
Oh.
we're doing some big things. Maybe
Big things, eh?
maybe our own shirts, kind of like playing off of an American Nightmare or a villain. I don't know. But we'll
I'd
see.
wear a Bullet Gas shirt.
Or would you wear a California Kid shirt?
I'd wear a California Kid shirt.
As long as the merch sales start coming up and I get some equity.
Oh
or
my
whatever.
gosh, yeah.
As
I
long
get
as-
some commission.
Let's talk about them royalties.
As long as you get that revenue that we talking
Yeah.
about, All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. We have to get out of here. Go to Daly City and watch some good independent professional wrestling tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching us. You know
Support
I love
indie
it.
wrestling.
You know I appreciate it, and this is the only way we end this podcast.
And thanks for being the elite, the elite. Break it down, the elite, the elite. Break it down. Block it out, block it out, block it out.
Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye and good night.
Big dog.
This has been the BulletCast. Thank you for listening.